My walk yesterday took me on a detour where I come across this plasma fired tree that has a lot of highly burned area within the unburned area. So starters, this board is charcoaled on this side, unburnt on that side, and before I pulled it over it was just leaning up right there. But because of the angle of the sun, I pulled it over. So you can see small spots like right here that are charcoaled. But the main thing I'm going to point out is this branch that runs right up through the middle. That's charcoaled. Here's a couple little spots because the sun's shining right on them. You can see charcoal here, charcoal here. And this part in here is burnt too, but because of the angle of the sun, it's a little difficult to see. So, let's look at some of these other pieces. Here you can see the charcoal here, unburned here. Over there, you can see the charcoal pattern right there with the unburn all around it. And that charcoal goes on up the tree, clear up to there. See the charcoal spot right here, unburned over here and over here. More charcoal here, more charcoal here. This limb, I'm going to try and zoom in past it. This is a big branch going up through the tree right there. That will come in on from this side. There's the top of the branch right there coming down. You can see some charcoaled spots right up there at the top. Center screen. And then it's unburned below it as we come down until you hit some more charcoaled spots over here. And then you come in. And you can see that this whole branch right here, and that's where it starts to go back to uncharcoaled, unburned. But right here you have this whole big log of completely charcoaled wood running through all the unburned wood around it. Which means it did not emit a flame. That's why I call these flameless forest fires. Because you can see that if this charcoaled giant log was emitting a flame, all the little twigs around it would have combusted and burned also. Right? Right. It's hard to even see through all the unburnt twigs and sticks to get you a good shot of the charcoal log that runs right up through the middle. See this burn right here? Man, I keep getting poked by all the unburned branches. The end of this branch here. Let's look at that branch up there. You can see it's burned on the tip. Up here it's charcoaled. Down here it's charcoaled. In between the two there's unburnt wood. You see that? Well, the lighting makes it a little difficult sometimes. This branch right here, highly charcoaled, right in the middle of all the rest of the unburned wood. And it's only burnt on the bottom side. You come around here and you can see that on the top side of that stick, it's unburned. There's the burn line, center screen. Highly burned on the right, unburned on the left. Right, you smelling? Smelling what I'm stepping in? See how this branch has the same pattern? Highly burned up there on the top, but unburned on the left. You can see the burn line between burn and unburned. Highly charcoaled logs right in the middle of a tree that is otherwise unburned. Fire doesn't do that. Nope. How can fire create a highly charcoaled log right in the middle of all the rest of that unburned foliage? Now, I don't think this tree is going to live. I don't think it's going to produce much more. I don't see any shoots coming out of it. It looks like the roots were damaged enough. Unburned charcoal. Fire don't do that. And then it's got a little bit of spotty burning that goes up through here. You see a little burn here and here, some burn there, some burn over here. Here's the main tree. Unburned on this part of the log, charcoal on that part of the log, a fine line in between the two. Fire don't do that. You see? Charcoal on the left, unburned on the right, all the way up the tree. This twig right here, center screen, the tip of it is blackened. That's another one of the common burn signatures where just the round end of a twig will be burnt. This one demonstrates the same pattern as this one. Burnt on the tip, unburnt just down past the tip. See that? Anyway, this is just one of many. Your skies are about to fill with smoke. The kind of smoke you can't even smell. That was one of the phenomenon that I was having trouble wrapping my mind around. Why can't you smell this smoke? The first year of plasma fires in California ruined all the grapes. They had to sell them as smoky grapes. Trying to show you that it's burned on the left there, unburned on the right. But the lighting and the focus keeps kind of weirding out on me. So the first year in 2017, 2018 in California, they had to sell all the grapes as smoky grapes because you could smell it and you could taste it on the grapes. The following years, when they had more fires, you couldn't smell the smoke. And that's what I've noticed around here in Utah. It can be so thick, you cannot even see the mountain in front of you, yet you cannot smell smoke. Here's some more plasmosis. See the charcoal in there? This one's a great example. Charcoal in the middle, unburned on that side and unburned on this side. You see that? You see how fire couldn't possibly do that? This part's got the same thing. Unburned here, unburned down in there. That's all one log. A burned stripe coming right up through the middle. Anyway, I think the reason you can't smell this type of smoke might have to do with ozone. When you have a smell in a house you can't get rid of, they have an ozone emitter. It emits a type of smoke that has ozone in it and exchanges a molecule with the scent and the odor and neutralizes it. And maybe that's what's happening in our atmosphere. Due to the magnetic field being weakened, ozone is entering through and neutralizing the smoke to the point where you can't smell it or taste it. Even when it's thick enough you can't see the mountain right in front of you. So anyway, that's just this plasmosis I thought I'd show you. You're gonna see plenty of them this summer. Give you a tour of historic Heber. And you can see they've still got Department of Workforce Services, Department of Human Services, and the Driver's License Division. State of Utah is still headquartered right here, where they've always been headquartered. This is where the train tracks of this old train used to come in to this old building. Now they've moved the train hub down the road a little bit. This is what one of those old rail cars used to look like, with wooden planks all over the side. And what we have right over here is the gallows, where they would hang people at the town center. So let's make our way on over there. This is what a rail car used to look like, with all the panels of wood. This is where the train line used to come in. And this is the old town square right here. So there's the old train depot. And here's the old gallows where they would hang people. And here's where all the saloons were, convenience stores. You notice the gallows are on a raised platform, raised a few feet. You know why they did that? So that everyone standing around could get a good view. If they didn't raise it up, some people would only be able to see the back of the head of the person standing in front of them when they're all standing around looking at the gallows. That's why they raised it up, so everyone could get a good view. And if the woke libtard culture had its way, they would tear this down so quick. Because of slaverism. But I guarantee there was plenty of crooked white folk that got their ass hung here also. And I think this is where the term kick the bucket came from. They'd put you up on there, they'd string you up and stand you on a bucket, and then someone would come and kick the bucket out from under you. I think that's where the term kick the bucket comes from. This place is literally called gallows. They've repurposed them. But this is actually the original. The only thing they've really changed is the doors. Even the door jambs and stuff are probably original. Some of this furniture over here. Check out some of this furniture. It's like a blast from the past. Back in time. People actually sat on these. These were for chilling. Now they're just for decoration. You got a tattoo shop. It looks like this one. They've changed to a tattoo shop. You can see this one said general store right there. General store. That was the original sign of the store here that was a general store. They sold general goods. Their version of a convenience store. You can see some of the decorative wood carving they put up there along the lattice, along the trim. And they're now going to refurbish it, I guess, and turn it into a something else. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. That one's been turned into a pizza company. So you best keep your nose clean. We don't take kindly to no douchebaggery around here. You feel me?